The biggest storylines entering fall camp for each team. So which question will define the 2026 college football season once practices begin? The SEC enters fall camp with several major coaching changes. Alex Golesh beginning at Auburn, Jon Sumrall taking over Florida, Kiffin at LSU, and Golding at Ole Miss, right? So the first question we're going to ask is, these biggest questions that we have, and obviously for Alabama it's the quarterback, but it's so overtalked. We know the definitive answer for that. Alabama's rebuilt O-line is their number one camp question for me, besides quarterback.
I agree with that because both quarterbacks are really good.
You have Adrian Clem. He's, can he establish that starting five? Either you put the best five out there or the best five with chemistry out there. There's a difference between both those. You could have different players on that front. Is the offensive line more of a concern than quarterback, though?
For me right now, it is. When you look at an offensive line group that does not have a single senior.
Right.
Not one.
Yeah.
That should tell you a little bit about
Which is great
what
for
happened.
next year.
It'll be great for next year and the year after. But that should tell you a lot about what happened to Bama last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a single senior on your O-line, in your O-line room. Hey, where's that leadership come from? It comes from a sophomore, Michael Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the. I'll answer your question with a question.
Mm-hmm.
If Kalen DeBoer called into the radio show right now and told us that the starting quarterback was, do you care? Does it change? Does it legitimately change how you feel about the season?
No, it changes our talking points.
Right. But you still, we're still somewhere between an 8-4 and a 10-2 team. Both of these quarterbacks are very capable of winning a bunch of ball games.
100%.
So yes, the what is the biggest question for Alabama being their offensive line is because the quarterback, we just need to know the name and what number jersey is he wearing. Like everything else is going to be fine. They can both throw the ball. One can run a little bit better than the other, but one's got a little more, expertise behind him, experience behind him. But so, yeah, I mean, the offensive line is the big deal. And last time I checked, neither one of these quarterbacks are going to be any good if they're running for their lives, the entire 60-minute ball game.
Right. I think the offensive line definitely sets the, tone for the rest of the team. You got to figure out the quarterback situation. You have to figure out that chemistry with that wide receiver core, who's a really good wide receiver core, but they have to get the ball thrown to him, and that starts with the offensive line getting their stuff down. Okay, rapid fire for the rest of these. All right, guys?
Yep.
Can Texas finish the job? You have Sarkisian, possibly could go to the NFL this season, and then Arch Manning also going to the NFL after this season.
I think
Two of your most important pivotal people in that program could be gone by year's end.
I think Texas did an awesome job in the transfer portal. They got the Auburn receiver.
Cam Coleman.
Cam Coleman that we thought he's going to team up with Wingo. They're going to have an awesome receiving core. And you also got the running back from North Carolina State that was supposed to come to Bama. I remember he was at Bama. He signed with Bama. Then he ended up all of a sudden he's in Texas because of money. But, yeah, I think Texas gets it done this year.
Hollywood Smothers.
I think Texas is at worst a Final Four.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Hey,
All right.
Kelsey, don't ignore Five Adams' comments. Man, he's got some good ones.
No, I know he is. We're going to get to him here in a little bit. Lane Kiffin's first fall camp at LSU. How quickly can Lane install this offense, and can they compete for the SEC immediately?
They cannot compete immediately. Week 3 is everything to them with the Ole Miss game. I think he's going to be good. I think LSU is a good fit for him. But, no, they don't compete immediately.
All right.
I can't wait to see Lane Kiffin get some corn dogs thrown at him, and all that kind of
Golf balls,
stuff.
mustard.
Alex Golesh begins the Auburn rebuild. What will Golesh's offense look like in year one, and can Auburn establish an identity immediately?
Five Adam comes in the comments and says Auburn loses to Florida, LSU, Bama, Ole Miss, University of Georgia, Tennessee. Just keeps naming the games that Auburn loses. So I'm agreeing with Five Adam here.
They're going to have an identity, all right.
Identity of losing. We'll see what happens. I like Golesh. He was a good hire for Auburn. I think Sumrall was a better hire for Florida. But Golesh is not it's not really a compensatory prize. I mean, Golesh is still a good coach. But Auburn needs to readjust on how they view their seasons. They don't need to be looking at a playoff every year. You're more of once of every 4 years to looking at a playoff. That's just the truth with Auburn. It always has been. They have never, ever been to that standard where they need to be competing for a national title every year.
They won 7 last year.
They did win 7. They did win 7. That is true. They did win 7 in the offseason. That is true. Plus, they have
national championships.
Plus, they have Chris Kaplovich at their offensive line. The Alabama fans know about Chris Kaplovich, right?
Yeah.
We know how bad that turned out for Alabama. So good luck to the Auburn Tigers over there.
Good luck, Auburn. Yes.
With that. All right, Jon Sumrall's taking over Florida. Can Sumrall create an immediate turnaround? Will his energy translate into late in the season? And also, how much patience will Florida have for their head coach?
I think Florida has the lowest floor and the highest ceiling of any SEC school. They could be 3-9 or 10-2 at the end of the season.
Right.
Who's the quarterback at Florida?
The Florida quarterback.
I'm going blank on his name because he was so highly recruited and he had all these stars behind him.
It's Philo. It's is it Aaron Philo?
And then last year he threw like 25.
Oh, he is not there no more.
He's
at
at
Baylor.
Okay.
He's at Baylor.
Oh, that's right.
Tim Tebow is the quarterback at Florida.
Oh, I
was the quarterback at there.
All right,
Richie, what do you think Sumrall's going to do?
I'm telling you, I think they're going to be good, but they have the opportunity just to completely fall off the boat.
Right. Okay, Pops?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, Florida's just got a lot of legacy behind it. I love to hate Florida. I still think about Tebow crying. But this year with all the hype around the SEC, in my opinion, the rest of the Florida teams just could be crying right along with Tebow.
All right. Pete Golding inherits expectations at Ole Miss, and I've been heavy about this. I think Golding has a window right now that if he doesn't win now, he might be in trouble with the powers above him because of who he's inheriting with Trinidad Chambliss and Kawan Lacey, both Heisman candidates entering the season.
I was going to say, when you got 2 Heisman candidates in your backfield with the starting quarterback, that the only reason he's playing is because of a judge in Ole Miss in Mississippi, and then you've got that running back, man. Ole Miss's time is now to get it done.
If I read the news article, the headline for December 12th to you that says Trinidad Chambliss and Ole Miss take on Florida in the SEC championship game.
I think I would throw up.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just don't see that happening.
I don't know about that one. That's
a stack now. No,
yeah, that's tough.
Okay,
it'd be interesting though. It definitely.
I would have to start comparing schedules, and I haven't looked into that hard enough.
Okay. All right. Can Oklahoma take the next step? John Mateer's back at quarterback. Venerables maybe hot seat eligible.
Next.
Mateer's back. No, you're not on the train.
Next.
All right, Pops.
No, I am on that train. Right. I think maturity is everything. The Oklahoma's defense is not going anywhere. They're always there. Okay. But, the quarterback at Oklahoma is going to get it out of his head that, Xavier Brown pick 6, going into halftime is the only difference between them playing Indiana and us playing Indiana. I say us, meaning Bama. But I think they can. I think that they can get it done this year. But, again, they're playing in a loaded SEC. We'll see what happens.
All right. Can Indiana reload after winning the national championship? They got Josh Hoover over there, former TCU quarterback. Where do they go?
Well, you said reload. I don't think they're reloading. They lost by far the best quarterback in college football last year. He won all the awards and rewards, and his reward for doing so is he's the backup quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't even get the starting position over Kurt. I've been at every team in the NFL, Cousins.
Yeah. 5 Adam, don't worry. You are being heard here on the Off the Bench College Football Show. He answers no to the Indiana question.
But when you look at their schedule, I mean, even if they lose the 2 toughest games they've got all year, they're 10-2 in the Big Ten. They're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it all comes down to.
I mean, so, okay, we can propose this in another segment. If Indiana's 10-2 and they've got those 2 games and they lose one of 2 of those, then you get an SEC school who's 10-2 and who gets in, who doesn't, right? You can see where I'm going with that. But I'm with you. I don't think Cignetti is I'll give Cignetti all the respect in the world. I mean, everybody's in love with the guy as a coach. Players want to go play for him. Look at what just happened with the whole sales deal.
Yeah.
Okay. When a kid grows up known as Bama as his nickname and he picks Indiana over Bama, I know there's a lot of money involved with that, okay? But I think Indiana's got it going on right now. There's no question about it. But we'll see what happens in year 2 under the Cignetti train.
Well, and you also got to think about this too, right? And this is one of the things I brought up for Fernando Sales right before he was committing. Alabama, they're one of their biggest selling points right now is this generation of kids that are now committing. They were all Alabama fans growing up because Alabama was the team that was good.
Right, yeah.
The problem with that, the one thing Alabama can't sell is what other coaches can sell that used to coach for Alabama. Nobody in the building was there when they were winning for Alabama.
Yeah.
Nobody was, okay? At Texas, they can sell it. Sark was there. Indiana, they can sell it. Cignetti was there. And Oregon, they can sell it. Kiffin was there. There's coaches all at Kiffin can sell it because he was there.
Yep.
There's coaches at Golden can sell it because he was there.
Kirby Smart.
There's coaches all over the country that can sell that, hey, I was in the building when they were doing that at Alabama.
Yeah.
We can do that. And I want you around that situation. I want you around that.
Absolutely.
I want to fuel that through you. All right, so that's
so
one of the
well
biggest
said
issues.
and everything because now we're having to recruit against ourselves.
Exactly. Your biggest issue is because you were so good. So it all comes back around. All right, last question before we got to take a break. Which first-year SEC coach has been the best, will have the best debut?
Well, according to you, Kels, it's going to be Will Stein at Kentucky.
All right.
Who are all my choices?
You got Lane Kiffin at LSU, Alex Golesh at Auburn, Jon Sumrall at Florida, Pete Golding at Ole Miss, Will Stein at Kentucky, and Ryan Silverfield at Arkansas.
All right, I'm not counting LSU because Kiffin, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
My answer is I think Florida.
Okay.
Oh, Florida. I thought you were going to Ole Miss by far, man. Ole Miss is
I'm not
all the pieces are there for Ole Miss.
I'm not counting Ole Miss either because he was already there. He took over the program for the most important 4 games of the year. So to me, he's not really a first-year head. I guess he is technically, but because he was the head coach at the end of the season, so I don't count him as a first-year head coach. I think Kiffin is in a league and a change all of his own. But I think of the actual first-year head coaches at a SEC school, it's Florida.
Okay. All right, Pops.
No, I was going to say Ole Miss, but you don't consider him a first-year head coach. I just think Ole Miss has all the pieces, man. And why am I going blank on names? Golesh.
Yeah, for Auburn.
Yeah. It's just he's got all the pieces to win it. He's got 2 Heisman guys in the backfield with the quarterback and running back, Lacey and Trinidad. And how old is Trinidad at this point? Is he 25, 26,
73,
something like that?
He's the best quarterback in college
Pops.
football.
No question about it.
Pops, I was told you don't want to win the Heisman Trophy. You want to be the guy who loses the starting position to a Heisman candidate.
Look at Diego Pavia.
That's what the quarterback at Kentucky is.
Do you think that
Pavia's
Pavia wanted to win that Heisman?
He's going to go to the CFL. Or he's going to argue.
No, he's not. He's going to go play for New Mexico
State
school.
Oh,
I heard
he's going to go JUCO.
He's going back to JUCO.
I heard the Birmingham Stallions were going to get him as the next quarterback.
Oh wait, it's not Birmingham no more.
I know.
They're done after this year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Parents going to find a new home that's not in Birmingham.
The Huntsville. No, I'm sorry.
I would have gone with Golding as well, but if I would have had to choose a guy that was actually like young first year, we're talking not inheriting anything, it would have been Sumrall.
Yeah.
Not Will Stein.
Actual first year in the SEC.
Right.